Welcome to our weekend reading for March 3rd, 4th, and 5th, 2017. Remember, it's a general reading, so see what feels right for you. See which signs, symbols, bells, whistles, messages, energies resonate for you and bring you clarity to what you're wondering, concerned, confused, inquiring, dreaming, praying about. We're all children of God. We're all psychic. We're not all going through the same thing at the same time at the same pace. So see what feels right for you. It could be one sign and that brings you clarity. It could be the whole reading. It could make sense later. In the end, always use your logic and intuition together to make sound decisions based in love for the highest, greatest good of everybody. So we're all uplifted in love. See how it feels for you. How you ride these energetic waves that come through here is always up to you. Is it your wave? Is it not your wave? Are you waiting for another wave? Preparing for that wave, crashing into the wave, riding the wave, or ignoring the wave? Also, feel free to make this an interactive video if you want to pull some cards for yourself. And if you have some time, try to check out the musical playlist below. See if there's more depth to this reading for you in any of those songs. Just enjoy the music and always be open when you see any reading to it helping you out, forecast the future, or clarify the past, or be right in tune with the now that you're watching the reading. Always be open to how divine inspiration comes through for you. All right, I hope you enjoy this reading. I hope you have a beautiful weekend. I'll see you in a moment. Hi, welcome to our weekend reading for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, March 3rd, 4th, and 5th, 2017. Let's begin and see what kind of energies are coming through for the weekend. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, our higher self, angels, and energies of love have for the highest and greatest good of all. Let's get clarity and focus on the energies coming through and wisdom to ride these energies best. Let's start with two cards from the Shadowscapes Tarot. Overall foundation energy coming through for us and wisdom for March 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Oh, wow. The Emperor is coming through. That's Major Arcana 4. Very, very strong male energy coming through this weekend. All right, let's get clarity on the Emperor. And the Sun. Wow, that's powerful. Okay, let's start here. Well, let's put him aside for the moment. He probably wouldn't like that, but he'll be patient for a moment while we focus on the Sun, which is coming through again. This was a major energy coming through for the whole week. The Sun is beautiful. It's always brilliant. It's always bright. It's always a blessing. It's sometimes in disguise, but even day or night, it's always a blessing. It's always love. Even if it's a moment, it's that moment that's worth it. It's where everything, even for a moment, it could be the whole weekend, just feels like it aligned up for that moment, for this, for something, for an opportunity, for a conversation, for a chance in. I see a doorway to get through the door. I just saw somebody stumble. So maybe you're stumbling through something and it just takes getting through the door. And the opportunity is right there. Just get up again. It's still here. The Sun is grabbing hold of something beautiful. It feels good. It feels like you. This is you feeling like yourself this weekend. Feeling good. Feeling blessed. Feeling blessed in your surroundings. Others around you recognizing you. Finishing something this weekend and doing a really good job. This can be completion and it can also be beginning something. It's a tweener, it's a 19. So it's usually that moment between. It's just that moment of bliss where you don't really care. You're just enjoying the dance, enjoying the now. I'm getting chance, enjoying that chance that's before you. So when this chance is before you, take the chance. It's there for you. It's gonna feel like it's lighting up your insides. and I'm getting like illuminating signs. So maybe there's synchronicities or things that just reappear this weekend that keep pulsing you somewhere, you know, to go somewhere, like footsteps inside of you that are moving you to do something, to say something, to experience something. In a nutshell, I mean, the sun is Major Arcana 19. It's an awesome, beautiful experience, period. It's also a big yes. It's a big yes energy, a yes for you, doing something you want to do, feeling like yourself, feeling good being yourself, having others around you recognize the real you and love you. It's just love. You know, this isn't always here. You know, sometimes it is dark. Sometimes I just heard we go underground or in the cave, or things get out of whack or out of alignment. But then there's always another opportunity where we feel like all of that wackiness was for something. It brought us strength. I'm getting, sometimes it brings you like a sidetrack, a different direction, a detour that's worth it when you see where it leads you. This is also an experience. The sun is experience. It's going out, getting out of the house, having a picnic, getting on your bike. You know, I see bicycles. I see, I want to say skateboard, but I see roller skates. That's cool. Get out your roller skates, your roller blades, your picnic basket, your guitar, whatever it is for you. I'm getting like, I see text. So if there's a text coming through, an opportunity that comes out of the blue, take it. If it feels right for you, if there's, I'm getting stomach energy here. I mean, I think of soul, yang energy, masculine, beautiful, brilliant, golden opportunity energy. It's also yang, so it takes you doing something about that opportunity, following that path farther, finding out more, diving deeper, exploring more, knowing more, understanding more, experiencing more of something that you love, that makes you shine. This is sometimes a congratulation card too. Like, you know, congratulations, you did it, or you can do it. You know, it's a pat on the back. Sometimes it's a happy kick in the ass. You know, it's that lift that you get to know that you had those talents, those skills, those things in your basket to use the whole time. I'm getting like talents, I want to say projects even. You know, this could be getting that job, getting that interview, having that date go well, having that date not go well, and having the next one be the right one. Whatever it is, it's bringing you the right opportunity. So, you know, I heard seize the day, and then I saw a hot air balloon. That was sort of cool. I'll let you see this. When I see this, by the way, in these cards through the camera, when I watch these back to get the playlist, I see a lot of the solar energy, or a lot of these cards have a iris look, like an eye. So that makes me think of your higher self, tapping into your third eye, your own intuition, your own inner guidance on something. Really tapping into source, God, the universe, the Holy Spirit, your angels, you know, signs, symbols, your spirit guides coming through and showing you something, helping you somewhere, and you allowing all that needs to come through to come in as it should. You know, whatever needs to come through to allow something to grow, for that experience to happen, for those doors to open up, allow it, because it brings that growth. I see new growth here. There's so much yellow in this card. It's really pretty. It looks a little like my sister's aura. She has a little more orange and like this halo, but it's very much like that. So maybe there's a Leo energy here. It could be a fiery energy. It could be any fire sign, fiery energy coming through, passionate opportunity. It also makes me think of spiritual fire, which is a different kind of passion, right? When it's really connecting that deep part of you and everything is light, everything is lit. I'm getting vibration. I want to say light you can feel, music you can feel, vibration that is a knowing. I'm getting a gut feeling here. there's a gut feeling coming through for you. You're the only one that's going to understand that gut feeling, even if you don't understand that gut feeling. It's a knowing. It's not really a logical understanding all the time. It's down the road when you start to walk that path and follow those urges and those feelings and those inspirations that you start to see those puzzle pieces fall in place, and it starts to make more logical sense. Sometimes you just have to go with something that doesn't make sense. But that being said, we're going to go, we have a lot of yang energy. So I feel like there is feminine here with this. I think there is definitely a way to look at something and have structure. But in order for this structure to be balanced, you have to have that feminine, I want to say, look at the whole situation. You know, there isn't just one way to do something. A good emperor understands that there's an entire kingdom involved. The whole kingdom has to be taken into account for, you know, has to be cared and loved and thought about, as well as himself. All right. This is really strong energy coming through. It's also really yang energy. I'm going to pull one more card to clarify this from the Guardian Angel Tarot, but let's look at this. So this is you being the boss. That's kind of how I see this. You taking charge of your own situation to make that opportunity something. So it's not just lost. It's a big opportunity this week in general coming through to start something new, to try something new, to do something different, to do something you have always done, finally a different way so it doesn't feel so heavy. So it feels like it flows nice. He knows, he's so smart. This is the big papa masculine male energy of the whole tarot. 4, major arcana 4. Big stability, power, security, making one opportunity last the whole year, last a lifetime, not just last a moment. How to take that beautiful moment and then expand it out there, and then use that expansion within him or herself. So it brings expansion in your environment, your world, your kingdom, whatever it is. Sometimes it starts small with what you can see. And sometimes those vibrations go out there. Sometimes this starts with one conversation this guy or girl has and doesn't even understand how much expansion can be, I'm getting felt and learned in someone else's world. So like, I'm getting that a good emperor is a good teacher and student. He always has to be willing to learn something new, and that he doesn't know it all. Although sometimes he can be a bit of an ass sometimes. If he's too full of himself, too set in his ways, too closed book on something and not open-minded and not tapping into his feminine side, then he's going to be closed off to opportunity, closed off to solutions, closed off to new things coming through that could give growth. I'm seeing like that, I want to say like an older grandpa energy that suddenly has like, I want to say like a younger daughter or son kind of energy, or even like a neighbor, something else come through that just brings change. Like they didn't know the internet could do this, or they didn't know that. And then there's an exchange. I'm getting an exchange. Then I'm getting books. So there's value in the books, in the knowledge, in the structure, in the wisdom, in what does work. There is value in that, but there is also value in taking in new things that could work. That's the best emperor, when there's expansion both ways with what he or she allows in and takes into consideration before that structure is put in place. This is making the rules, but making sure those rules work for you in your situation and everybody. It starts with you here. This is the I am energy. It's about you. So what is good for you? What works for you? He's not going to listen to opinions unless they are helpful, unless they are valuable. He'll listen to everything, because even, I'm getting even where there are nuggets of wisdom, even in piles of bullshit, you know? See what resonates. Pull those nuggets of wisdom out. And I see like, I want to say like, yeah, I see like growth. I want to say like manure, bringing growth. So what felt like it was shitty, what it was heavy, can actually be the right nutrients, the right foundation for something to bring growth and health and prosperity. And I'm getting every day, you know, so it starts with adding a little structure every day in your world here, or at least somewhere in your weekend to get something done. This is also like making it happen here. This, by the way, could be you or someone else you know. He could be really, really helpful in your world, or really someone who pushes you in a different direction to, in the long run, be helpful in your own world. Even if he's an asshole, it's a helpful asshole in the end, because it gets you where you need to be, to stand up for yourself, to do something your way. But I'm getting that he's not so much the asshole. He can be. We all have our moments. I'm getting sometimes if he gets lost in problems or in the kingdom or what's going on, it could be lost in ego a little bit. He just needs to reconnect to, I want to say, nature, his higher self. I want to say home as well. Maybe just going home. Support system at home. Maybe he's worried about support system at home. This is you. Getting grounded in your home. Getting home. Let's see. He's coming out of a tree. So there's deep roots here. And he's like hanging out outside in his sexy toga or robe, and it looks like it's satin, and it's just sort of exposed. You know, he has this quartz here, so I want to say there's something about memory. He remembers, he learns, he adapts. He can also foresee the future. He can also think really clearly. So he has to be grounded. Find his footing. I want to say actually go outside this weekend and make sure you get grounded. Change your energy, you know, your energetic makeup, your physiology a little bit, and actually put your bare feet on the ground, sit your ass on a rock. Go out to nature, you know, meditate, feel comfortable. He's also in his jammies, so I want to say get some sleep this weekend, you know, get some rest. You can't run a kingdom on an empty plate, you know, without the energy to do so, making goofy decisions when you didn't sleep enough. I also want to say there's a support system around you. So your friends, a solid foundation somewhere in your world. Either he's pointing you in that direction, so you're going to find it. That's you really having a solid foundation in your world right now this weekend. But I feel like there's a feminine energy. You know, like I feel like this emperor needs to go home and like have at least, I feel like he's not going to always like pull out all the, unless he's doing like a brainstorming session here where there's problems coming to the table so there can come to be solutions. I feel like there's anything personal he goes through, he brings home. So maybe just tapping into his own feminine energies, if this is a male in you, or making sure that this emperor gets a bubble bath and some good loving care and a good meal. I'm getting like a home-cooked meal. Let's get clarity. That's a lot of powerful energy. 4 and 19. 419. Emperor. Sometimes as well, this is a boss. It could be a boss, a granddad. I'm getting male. If it's a female, she's the boss. And you know she's the boss. So it doesn't mean she's not feminine, but she's the boss. All right, here, or it's about being the boss in a situation, just getting your, you know, getting your balls together this weekend to do something, to make it happen. You know, I'm getting put on your sexy pants this weekend. You know, do what you need to do to get that security in you to make it happen. This is the opportunity you want to make happen. You want to do it right. He's not worried about falling down, problems, anything like that, because he can always find a solution. He's so intelligent. He's so smart. He knows how to plan. He knows how to take anything and adapt it to make it work. I'm getting business energy, schedule energy. Make a schedule work. Make something flow where there were kinks, where it wasn't working before. Take out what you don't need. Let go what doesn't work. Keep what works. Keep the things that make you solid, and then give yourself room with getting rid of what didn't work to have room on your plate to let something new in that adapts that energy and makes new growth happen. So he doesn't hit this plateau and never grow this big tree trunk, this big stability, rings of growth. I think year after year you get better, you know, more and more. More security comes the more you do something. So I'm also getting like trimming. You know, I see like an apple tree. That made me think of Erykah Badu. I'll put that below. But it made me think of like an apple tree and how you have to trim it just right, or pruning something just right. So let's go to the Guardian Angel Tarot. Let's get clarity on the Emperor 4 and the Sun 19 for the weekend. Let's see what's going on. It's a boss energy, but I don't feel like it has to be your boss. I feel like in the end, it's about you being your own boss, what's good for you, what works for you, and just adapting somehow. I just see a nautilus, like a nautilus, and I see the nautilus like, you know, the shell, and looking at every stair, like a spiral staircase. So that makes me think of a feminine energy. So I don't know why. Let's get clarity. There definitely has to be a balance with a little feminine energy going on here this weekend. So, or maybe it's time for a lot of male energy. I just heard surprise. I'm not sure why. Wow, I also just heard Footloose. I'll put that below. That's cool. I can hear the song now like a soundtrack. So, all right, let's get clarity on the Emperor and the Sun. Well, there's our feminine energy, male or female. This is a brand new start. This is not only something that you feel like yourself, you're really yourself here. I mean, he's exposed here. He is holding, I want to say, memory or something in front of his heart. He's protected here. I want to say like, oh, I just heard Eric Clapton Change the World. That was cool. That's a beautiful song. And there's a gentle, loving, tender, brand new birthing energy here. This is a new start. It's the Ace of Emotion. So it's starting something that you love to do. It's also falling in love. It's also falling in love again. Some of you are falling in love again, or for the first time ever. Or falling in love with something about you. Maybe something that you saw as, I'm getting like, maybe a hindrance. I'm getting like a scar, something like that, that before like is becoming you. Like that's, I mean, personally, I think scars are sexy. So, I mean, that scar is what makes you sexy, makes you unique. So maybe there's something that was scarred in the back, in the past, and it's healing, and now it's what's beautiful. It's what's given growth. It's what's given you something new, a new chance, a new outlook, a new way of seeing something. This is really pretty. Ace of Emotion, Ace of Cups. So it's the chance to start something new. It's the chance to fall in love. It's the chance to make something more. It's the chance to have that. I see always like a fountain. You know, you don't understand how it works. You know, what's going on, everything that it does, all that goes on with it. When the heart, you don't understand what's going on there, but you just want to have the experience and dive in and know more, you know, and see what it's all about. Take a chance on something. Take a chance this weekend doing something you love. This cherub is announcing that a wonderful new emotional experience. So it's going to involve your emotions. When it involves love, it's going to involve probably a lot of emotions. Depending on how long it lasts, you know, you're going to have ups and downs. But when this comes through, this is something that is always worth it. I mean, wow. This is something that's going to bring real structure into your world. If this isn't like a person that you know, it's going to make you feel like you're doing something for you. I'm getting dreams coming true. Sometimes we don't even know what our dreams are until they unfold, and then they become something brand new. We didn't even know we could do or would be a dream or anything could be possible until you start. So it starts with that thing that feels like it's in your world that you can work on and have structure with. And then you're open to the new things coming through, and that's where the doorways bring you new paths. I'm getting a doorway again, getting through the door. I hear chance meeting. So you may meet someone new who makes your heart flutter, or your current relationship will experience a reawakening. It's also possible that you're in, I feel like that's that gut thing I was feeling before. You're intuitive. I feel like this time it's not like, it could be a vision, you know, or synchronicities or signs for you, but I feel like it's something you really feel inside of you. It's also possible your intuitive abilities will be greatly increased by your open heart. Once love is involved, all possibilities come into your world. I feel like maybe this Emperor, you know, this structured part of you is figuring out how love can make everything more grand, golden. I hear home. So let's get one more card from the Colette Baron Breed, the Enchanted Map, Oracle cards, and get clarity on the energies coming through this weekend. I see the fire in the background burning. So I think of like a spiritual fire or a fire sign, but it's Ace of Emotions, so it's also possibly a water sign. There's a lot of earth here though. All right, let's see. I mean, the Emperor, Aries, a ram energy, but it could be an earth sign too. And there's growth on his forehead. There's a leaf here, so there's, he protects his thoughts. He knows what to say and knows how to focus and knows how to tap into, I want to say Green Man here, energy. Let me let you see this. Let me let you see these cards before I pull this because they're gorgeous. Right, and he has that leaf. And I'll let you see this. I see the birds. For me, birds are my biggie as far as a sign. Even feathers, but birds in particular outside in nature, not just my silly bird, but like birds, lots of birds. And this sort of looks like, you know, an experience I would have, seeing many different birds come out of the trees all at once. So see what happens by chance. I'm getting light too. Pay attention to light this weekend, vibration, feeling. The feeling you get when you walk in a room, the feeling you get when you leave a room, the feeling you get with somebody else. All right, one more card from the Enchanted Map Oracle cards. Clarity on the 3rd, 4th, and 5th of March 2017. By the way, if you have a birthday this weekend, happy birthday, guys. Happy birthday. All right, let's get clarity on our weekend. Education. That's that teacher-student thing. So be willing to learn something. The best teachers have to be willing to learn, because you always have that like, your stinker student, that little stinker that comes through that just throws you on your head and makes you think differently, makes you think outside the box, busts you out of the schedule or the itinerary. What, yeah, I'm getting like something like a teacher, like I want to say college professor, but even I want to say like elementary school, something like that. Like do something a little different to get through a bigger audience or more energies. You know, if you have a big kingdom, you can't just do it one way. Different people learn different ways. Different people gather information differently and express it differently. So be willing to gather and express things different this weekend, to learn something you never knew this weekend, to possibly discover something about yourself you never knew, or I'm getting exposure with his sexy chest exposed. So I want to say exposure of something of your heart. Maybe something you never thought you'd let out about you to somebody else or yourself. Knowledge. Seek more knowledge on whatever this is. You know, this opportunity coming through, this new relationship coming to you, this way through the door, this thing you need to say, this thing you need to start. I'm getting words. I want to say a novel. I'm getting that screenplay again, or a script, or a fashion show, or something where there's a lot to work on beforehand, and then there's a presentation, or, you know, I'm getting dress rehearsal, something like that, where maybe I'm getting filming, but I want to say a stage. I don't know why I go on tangents sometimes, where those comes through. So I hope that was helpful. Maybe it's learning how to do something different. Maybe you always did a novel and you want to make something a screenplay, or you always were on stage and now you want to do a little commercial work or something like that. Or you were always a business person and now you want to be a masseuse, or you want to learn an instrument, you know what I mean? Or you have an instrument and you want to go back to basics, or you want to learn a new instrument, something new in the mix. You might be a professional, but there might be like, wow, I just thought of, well, I have an electric violin. I should practice that more, but I feel like it's something different than that. Maybe you're just adding a new spice to something you already did. And it just starts getting over the hump of learning something again. Or he has a lot to show you, a lot to learn. If this is a teacher, boss, grandfather, husband, energy, he's there to help you, to support you. You know, so if, I want to say if there's somebody going back to school, it's going to bring big stability. I want to say, figure out what you want to do, but allow yourself to change your major, or, you know, go to a course. I'm getting go to a course and sit next to somebody that's doing something else and totally go off course. And that's perfect. So go with the flow. It could start with, you know, signing up for a class, or getting consultation for something. You know, it might start with one thing and a couple weeks later it's something else. It doesn't all have to happen this weekend. Find out more about something. This could be a person, you know, have a conversation, a real conversation. I'm getting like a table, face to face. I just thought of Face to Face by Daft Punk. I'll put that below. There's also, I want to say a heron. Also, it looks like a stork a little bit. They're super majestic when they fly. Education. Gray. I just thought of The Beauty of Gray by Live looking at this card. Bum, bum, ba-dum. I can hear it now. This is 5. It's also 35. It's also an 8. So that's a lot of power too. An 8, I feel like, is the infinity. Diving deep into something, coming back to the surface, finding your center point, knowing where to go next, gathering information. I see, like, I want to say blueberries all of a sudden. Like, it made me think of gathering blueberries a few years ago on my sister's birthday. I don't know why. Blueberries in a basket. I'm not sure. Blueberries. Cranberries. That's cool. I'll put something by the cranberries below. The only thing I can think of blueberry was Blueberry Hill. I'll put that below too. I hope that's helpful to you. Let's see. Let's see what education is telling us this weekend. 35 is... Hi, Vinny. Life is filled with lessons. Be teachable. Be teachable. Him upside down is not so teachable. His way or the highway. That's the, like, not so good emperor. He thinks it's his way, and he thinks he's a good emperor, and he probably is really strong and really powerful and can do it good, but he's better when he's flexible. Okay? So, upright is wisdom comes from participating in life, not just reading about it. This card suggests that you might not have enough knowledge about what you seek, the direction to take, your circumstances, or nature of your inquiry. Important information is coming. Oh, that's cool. Now is the time to go to school. Ask a person who might know more than you do, or find a teacher or a course of study that you can more clearly understand what the next right action might be. Sometimes life unexpectedly sends you into an unfamiliar school. You may learn by experience. Now is the time to be teachable, open to changing your preconceived notions. So even if it worked in the past in your kingdom, there could be new energies in your kingdom, new weather coming about, and you have to adapt. Now is the time to be teachable, be a student, and be willing to state the most powerful mantra of all. I don't know. Yet. It doesn't mean you can't figure it out. You'll figure it out. So reversed, I'm going to flip this way, because stubbornness and the desire to know it all and to be right no matter what will not get you what you want. Or it could be that you're afraid to be seen as someone who knows less than you're supposed to. You could be flying through life by the seat of your pants. I thought of the pants before. Hoping no one would notice you're skimming the surface of things. I just thought of like a speed slide where you get to the bottom and you get a wedgie. Life is filled with lessons, some bitter, some sweet. A strident lust for certainty will never bring you the wisdom you seek. Pretending you know more than you won't make you wise. We never know. We don't know what we don't know what we don't know. We're all always growing, you know. Even if you think you know something, there's always something new that someone else knows from experience or whatever that you could discover about what you thought you knew. I hope that made sense. Be assured that not knowing is a magical place to be. All manner of mysteries are revealed. Be open. That's that feminine energy. That's that Nautilus. Be open to it coming through an unusual way, to an answer happening out of a, that was weird, an answer happening out of a molehill. So don't make a mountain out of a molehill when there could be a blessing in disguise. It's okay to not know. It's okay to not know everything. It's okay to, you know, start something new and be the newbie, to be the new student at something. And there's somewhere else in your world that you have some strength. You know, you have the Emperor here. You're strong somewhere. Use those strengths and help them build up what you feel is weakness, which in turn is going to be your biggest strength. All right, I hope this is helpful. I hope you guys have a beautiful weekend. I love you so much.